So during the time when you're traveling with your band and stuff and you were sober, were they cool about it? Were they supportive, or did you just like...
They've been very supportive. I mean, they came to visit me when I was in rehab. A couple of them did. A couple of them had other obligations, which is fine. Their thing was, because they didn't really know how to deal with me when I was out, was they, I think, were kind of deflecting in the sense of saying, well, you're not an alcoholic. You just don't pace yourself. And if you're going to drink, let's all drink together. So, okay. Now I feel comfortable to drink with my bandmates, but I'm going to drink like I drink. And then the very next day, I'm getting for it. So then I'm like, well, then what the f-? Like, if you're telling me it's cool to drink with you, but then the next day you're going to give me the third degree, I'm going to go back to being a recluse and drink alone in my room. Or go do something stupid. Like get in trouble with the Russian mob, which I did. Like on Thanksgiving of all times. Literally.
All right. Like, now we have to hear a story.
Yes.
I know you got to.
You can't. So I got in trouble with the Russian.
We were in. It was either Russia or the Czech Republic, somewhere in that area, but it's all the same mob, pretty much. I left Thanksgiving early. They flew a turkey out for us to have like an American Thanksgiving. It was all of us, our crew, and I was just like, this, I'm going out and I'm gonna go get drunk, and we're in probably one of in my mind like the most beautiful women in the world. There's got to be some amazing strip clubs here, like ungodly beautiful women. And my security at the time and I find this one strip club. It's empty. The girls are gorgeous from what I can remember, and they were doing that deal where, you get X amount of dances if you buy a bottle of champagne. So apparently I went through 4 bottles of champagne, and then I went to use the restroom. I blacked out in the toilet. My security came to get me. He's like, okay, dude, we got to get you out of here. We got to go. So he's like, you got to go pay your bill. None of my credit cards worked. None of them. And the bartender's like, well, you can't leave without paying. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? My credit cards don't work. So he's like, well, there's ATM down the road. So we go to the ATM. He follows us. Doesn't work. So I'm like freaking out now. So he's got us in the car with another guy in the back with us, watching us. Clearly he's got a gun. He doesn't pull it out, but I know he's definitely strapped. So my security is like, look, I'll deal with this. Take me around. I'll take his cards. I need to get him back to his hotel. So we get me back to my hotel. The one dude waits outside the hotel for like 5 hours. And the hotel's like telling him to leave, and then he says something to them, and they're like, oh, okay. So I call my accountants when it's, morning time here, and I'm like, don't ask questions. I need $5,000. I need it wired right now. It has to come now to this number. And they're like, okay, but it's going to take a few hours. I'm like, I don't have a few hours. I have a flight in a few hours. I need it now. So somehow, some way, my accountants got it within an hour and a half. They told my security they would not let me leave the country. I would not be on that flight if I didn't pay the $5,000. So, best Thanksgiving ever. Yeah.